Hey everybody, welcome back to Momkin Under the Dollar. Today we're playing Rail Chase 2 because we're for these episodes of Momkin Under the Dollar, we're going to experience some things that we're not allowed to do anymore, like riding a train.
Oh, I thought you meant, enjoying ourselves. But then I realized that was untrue as well, probably.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, man.
Remember when we could do two-player mode? That was cool.
Yep.
Back before the Spanish flu's pissed-off older cousin showed up.
Fuck. Well, Kyle's getting exactly what he deserves.
Yeah. Don't you like it when
this is a visual metaphor for our whole enterprise.
Yeah, when a game immediately...
Are you killing the mine workers? What the hell's wrong with you?
I think it's... It looks like blue Nazis. They weren't really... And then they have like this... The
is
SS
that like
symbol.
is that like Nazis in some kind of a pornographic film?
I guess.
Because I've seen movies like that.
It's like the Blue Man Nazis.
This is, I thought this was maybe going to be the follow-up to that magical truck adventure, which was also apparently about train rails.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were going to say it was about Nazis. I was like, whoa. Where did you catch that part?
I think it kind of might have been. I don't know. But this has even more ham-fisted ways to keep you on a track, to keep you sitting in like a mine cart.
Well, heck, I'd argue a game
forever.
that literally takes place on rails is less ham-fisted of a way to have an on-rails shooter.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of funny to bring up.
No.
Oh, those guys were straight up just workers that I did shoot. I kind of feel a little bad about that.
Well, that guy was a worker, but he also threw a barrel at you Donkey Kong style, so he deserved that.
It's hard to say. Oh, fuck.
These guys are participating in a genocide. You don't have to worry about them just taking orders. We already agreed. You have the right to shoot them from your little trolley. Oh, this is just a riff on Indo Joan.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's the end of the game.
You remember how a third of the way into one of those movies, Indy got into that minecart and then he never got out.
Yeah, and then he fought Mayday the entire time. Yeah, I remember.
He's constantly rolling downhill. Damn.
Oh, wait.
It would have been better if he turned into a Sentai.
I would watch that.
And then there was a close-up of his crotch.
Oh my god, this suddenly...
And then the lady screams Indy as some kind of robotic pterodactyl carries her away.
But the important question is, what does Indy's... Like, what robot does he control?
Mom think. Oh, a pederast, apparently.
Damn. Well, no, that's just part of his character. That's not his robot.
Lo siento. All right, that's just his power. That's his title.
I will say that there is a canonical Sentai that does turn into a giant gun, right? Isn't that, or am I thinking of Transformers?
Oh, I'm really glad.
Well, I mean, that one
gun.
is definitely true of Transformers, but there might be a Sentai. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm only on my third Sentai series. I'm all about
Keith
O-Ranger
isn't yet
now.
Educated enough to know.
Hey, look, there's over 30 or 40 of them now. I'm not going to watch them all.
Not in a row.
Just the ones I'm curious about. And I'm only watching O-Ranger because Michie Tomizawa has a guest appearance in the 5th episode.
Sure. Name dropper.
The plague hasn't changed my lifestyle at all.
Nope,
yeah, you're
really.
still completely unapproachable as a human being.
I will say,
fucking worthless. How come it's Indiana Jones, but it uses the Jurassic Park font? If I might change the subject for a moment away from me being an irredeemable piece of garbage.
I think it's because this is a Sega game and they made the Jurassic Park shooters, and they just swap some assets out.
They just
well, they also give you
stole.
the House of the Dead You Died Here screen where they point out on the map exactly where your corpse and shattered trolley lie.
Oh, maybe this game's supposed to take place on like ancient primordial Venus, and that's why the ocean keeps disappearing.
Oh.
This is like when the sun starts getting hotter and Venus is fucked. And this is like Venusian Indiana Jones.
I will say
you were going to say that the water is sulfuric acid.
Oh, not yet. This is the story of how it got to be sulfuric acid.
Because of reckless gunfire and blue Nazis.
Because, Venus used to have oceans and all, and, Well, wouldn't it be kind of a bummer if we found out that millions of years ago Venus had life and they were Nazis?
And then we stop exploring other planets altogether because we don't want to know.
What a fucking letdown. What if we got to Venus and there was just a Nazi civilization there?
Wait, would it be
son?
new kind of Nazis, or would it be like our Nazis had time traveled to the 1940s from then?
Well, no, just by sheer coincidence, a humanoid race evolved from Venusian life and they became Nazis, you know?
Huh. Oh, yeah, and in a fucked up twist of fate, we find out that their, crazy genocidal ideas and machinations are actually what saved their race to, I don't know, to get out further into space.
How did I just...
Gee, Nick, I was hoping you were going to say, their genocidal ideas ended up, not, we found out how they doomed them. You went the exact opposite route.
Well, this show is all about worst possible outcomes, so I think it would be hilarious if science finds out, no, from a survival standpoint, they were right. That was the right thing for them to do.
Yeah, that is what sci-fi is for, is positing weird scenarios. We're like, what if? It doesn't have to make sense, but what if it was possible for people to fuck a video game?
Yeah, to be fair, Keith, we've often joked about how our show is arrest-worthy, so I feel like we have to... finally start making content that's, genuinely evil again. Because, we've been kind of shying away from it.
When did we stop? What if you could fuck a video game? What if computers had feelings? What if the Nazis were right? Just asking questions. That's what sci-fi is.
Again, it's not about theorizing. It's just that would be the worst possible outcome, is to find out that the Venusian Nazis had the right idea, and that's what saved them. And then that's that just makes them not want to study anymore. They don't want to learn any more about this because they might find out other facts that they hate.
Hold on, I gotta point this out real fast.
You don't even want to know how people on Europa work.
So I've been in a in a continuously propelling fucking minecart, and those Nazis back there decided, we're gonna stop him by putting down the gate on him so that they can't get by.
This game should have been called Minecraft.
After they lobbed 40 pounds of dynamite at you in a tunnel and that didn't do the job, I think they should just let you out.
Yeah, I think
Why
I
are you
get
so
away.
goddamn good at minecart combat? What did this guy train? The island of Sodor? Are these the fucking troublesome cars that you're all riding around in?
I don't understand the reference you're making.
Is the last boss going to be Diesel?
Stage clear through the snowfield. That wasn't snow, that was ice.
The fat controller is gonna see you coming and be like, oh my god. Or maybe that's where you came from. Maybe that's who you worked for. Maybe it doesn't take place on the Nazis were right Venus. Maybe it takes place on regular island of Sodor, which itself is frequently accused of being a fascist paradise.
Isn't that's Thomas the Tank Engine you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kyle, how do you not know where Thomas the Tank Engine lives?
Why? Because I've never watched it. I think I mentioned that. Every time you guys talk about Thomas the Tank Engine, I just kind of wait until
Just more frequently than we would like to admit.
Hold on. Don't say you guys, because I never watched it either. This is 100% a Keith venture.
Even Power Rangers, Nick was able to commiserate a little.
It's true, but you know what? I'm out on this one. I'm out. My hands are clean.
The train's facial blood isn't on your hands this time.
The only thing I know Nick has talked about with Thomas the Tank Engine for a fact was he was the first person to show me that mod for Skyrim where you could change the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engines. And that's the only time.
Yeah, no. Well, that's about it. No, but Keith's little rambling there did make me think ever so briefly of a Roman soldier trying to wash blood off of his hands while a train is crucified against the sunset.
Well, I don't think the whole train could be crucified. Probably just they pull the face part out and get that up there. The rest of the train,
just
right?
the face plate.
Yeah, they'd melt him down and make armor out of him, probably.
Damn.
Oh, cool. We're going to take the train all the way to the fucking plane.